And then every recipe I've read has called for butter, but we're gonna... Hey guys, it's Sara-Dawn, and today I want to show you how to make an apple crisp. One thing I'm really sick of is looking for recipes on YouTube and getting like this crazy shit that I'll never be able to do because I'm a normal human, and also I'm very lazy, and I hope a lot of you can relate to this. So I decided that I'd like to start a series on my YouTube channel to do with cooking, but it's going to be really quick, simple, and idiot-proof for the most part cooking. I want to cook an apple crisp because I think that would be tasty because I love apple crisp. So I have researched how to make an apple crisp, and I've asked my family members who are wiser than me and know how to make an apple crisp, and I've taken all the parts that I like of all the recipes that I found and made it quick and easy, and hopefully it works. Step number 1, put your hair up or you're gonna get your hair in the apple crisp. Now that your curly whirlies are up out of the way and aren't going to be in your food, wash your hands because you're nasty. After you've done those 2 steps, you can preheat your oven to 350 degrees and let it preheat while we get all this other stuff going. Things you're going to need are apples. Obviously, we're making apple crisp. I think the most traditional apple for apple crisp is the Granny Smith. But I have 2 Granny Smith and 2 Red Delicious. Red Delicious is like juicy and sweet, and Granny Smith is kind of sour. I thought we'd try a little sweet and sour mix. If you're not daring like me, then just go with Granny Smith apples. You're also gonna need some table salt, some all-purpose flour, sugar, just white sugar, and brown sugar. I know this says golden sugar, but I'm pretty sure there's only white and brown sugar, so I'm pretty sure that this golden stuff is brown.
Oh yeah.
And like it smells like brown sugar, we're gonna go with it. Every recipe I've read is called for butter, but I don't have butter in my house, so we're gonna use margarine. And then to get that nice crunchy top that you want, we're gonna use oats. Next, for the tools you're gonna need a pan. I just bought this one at the dollar store and I'm gonna throw it away after I'm done. You're gonna need 2 bowls. This little one is for melting the margarine, and this one is for mixing the dry ingredients. Measuring cups and measuring spoons. We're gonna measure as best as we can, but again, I'm not a chef, so we're gonna wing it. You're gonna need a fork or a few to mix your dry ingredients and spread your apples out and all that kind of stuff. We have this spreader thing to help even out our ingredients once it's in the pan. We have a peeler to peel our apples, and we have this thing, I'm gonna call it the apple decorer because I don't know what the proper name is, but it's to decor your apples. And that's everything you should need to make this apple crisp. Hopefully, if we need to add anything else, I will let you know through the video, but I'm pretty sure this is it. So Dum Dum Me did forget one of the ingredients, and it's like one of the most important ingredients, and it's ground cinnamon, so make sure you have some ground cinnamon. First, we're going to peel and decor our apples. They've already been thoroughly washed. I recommend you thoroughly wash them because they just sit out at the grocery store and somebody disgusting could have touched them, so that's something you want to do. I also forgot you're gonna need a knife to cut the apples in half. I didn't mention that at the start. So, yeah, whoops. I'm scared of sharp things, so I really hate peeling things. Even though, like, I know I'm not gonna get hurt because this is super guarded, but I hate using knives, I hate using peelers. I'm just gonna stab it with this sharp end here. This is plastic, so it's really hard to use. Like, I don't know how this is supposed to work. It's hard to do, guys. You gotta like spin the apple around. But it didn't go all the way through. I just got a little piece of an apple. So now I'm gonna turn the apple upside down and try to go from the butthole. So this is what a hollowed out peeled apple looks like. Altogether, peeling these has taken me about 10 minutes, I'd say. Once you get going, it's like not hard at all. Alrighty, now that the apples are all peeled and the cores are taken out of them, you're gonna need a cutting board and a knife, which I failed to tell you about at the start of this video, but you should know that because how else were you gonna cut the apples? Be smarter than me. So every recipe I have read says that you should cut them pretty thin. Now that all the cutting of the apples is done, we're gonna put in the apples 2 tablespoons of sugar and a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Do you remember when the cinnamon challenge was a thing and people started like dying? Fun times. Okay, so apparently you can't sprinkle cinnamon. You have to finger it in there. Most of the recipes I read said half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and that's what I just put in there. But that don't look like enough cinnamon to me, so we gonna sprinkle a little bit more in there, because I really like the cinnamon. So that was like, I don't know, almost 3/4 of a teaspoon, I guess. I'm not good at math, that's probably wrong. Whatever, it was like a half a teaspoon and a little bit. So now you have to toss the apples. And the way I'm doing this is just with 2 forks, and I'm just gonna mix it all around. I told you there was gonna be mess, so don't say I didn't warn you. And now we're done tossing our apples. So we're just gonna set them aside for now. This is the part where you're gonna need your bowl for your dry ingredients. You're gonna want a half a cup of brown sugar, and you want it packed in there very good to make sure that it's measured right. So pack it in very good, like it's like a sandcastle basically, and that was half a cup. Now you're gonna want 1/3 cup of oats. Put in with your brown sugar. Now you're gonna add 1/3 cup of cocaine. Just kidding, this is flour. Add flour, not cocaine. Don't do drugs, it's bad. We're gonna add more cinnamon to this recipe, but like a tiny, tiny, tiny amount. I'm only adding 1/4 of a teaspoon. So just a very tiny amount, because we already got so much in the apples. You don't want too much cinnamon. Or do you? I don't know, if you like cinnamon, add some more. But now you're gonna bring over your other bowl and open up your butter or margarine or whatever you have that's butter-like. And we're going to do a quarter of a cup of margarine. I'm just measuring it in here. You know, a spoon would have been better for this, but whatever. I'm not getting up to get a spoon because I gotta get up to go to the microwave, and I don't want to get up twice. Just measure out 1/4 cup of butter or margarine and put it in your microwave safe dish. And then some people like to heat up their butter on the stove, but like, we're not about that life. We're gonna microwave it. My recommendation is 15 seconds, but I'm gonna go over there, try it out, let you know. My recommendation might change when I come back. Give me 1 minute. 15 seconds was a good recommendation. This part's the tricky part. You just wanna add a tiny bit of the margarine. I'm not gonna use a spoon to mix this. It's better with a fork, trust me. And you're gonna mix it around with the fork. I guess it's not tricky, it's just that it takes patience, and I have 0. And then add in the rest of your batter. Do it in 2 parts, it makes it easier to mix it, because you want like a certain consistency. This smells so good. So it should look kind of like crumbs, which is what this is looking like here. So I feel like we've done something right. So now you're gonna bring your apples back over. Pick this up with your hands and start spreading it over the apples evenly. You can kind of mush it in your fingers too if you feel any of those big crumbly balls that we don't want. I'm making the layer thick. If you get it to a consistency that you like, just stop. You don't have to use the whole oat mixture, although it's kind of a waste because that's the best part, isn't it? So personally, I like a big, thick, crusty top on it. And you should too. This looks like it's gonna be good. At this point, our oven should be preheated. You're gonna wanna put this on the middle rack for 30 to 40 minutes. Just keep checking it, and if your top layer is getting really crispy, just poke it with a fork, and if it's getting really crispy, you can take it out. Hey everyone, my battery died after we took out the apple crisp. It was like 10 p.m. and you do have to let it cool for quite a bit, like an hour. So I ended up going to bed and recharging my battery. But here's what the apple crisp looks like. So I waited until my camera was charged. I just got home from work and I'm gonna try a slice and let you know how it tastes. So I just heated it up in the microwave and added some vanilla ice cream to it. It's really good. I'm surprised because I'm a terrible cook / baker, and this is really, really good. This didn't take a lot of effort. It didn't take much time to make. The hardest part was peeling the apples and decoring them. But other than that, this is like a super easy recipe. It's really good and it's definitely worth the mess from peeling the apples. What I'd recommend is putting down like a newspaper or something to put all your apple peelings on, and you could just scoop it up and throw the whole thing into your compost. That was my bad. I didn't use newspaper or anything. That is a tip I am giving you. We're learning as we go. I feel like anybody can make this. It was super easy. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want the complete written out recipe for this, I am gonna post it on my Facebook page, facebook.com/the SDRJ. If you like this video and you want to see more I Can't Cook shows with easy recipes, click like and subscribe. It lets me know and it helps my channel grow. Anyways, that's all I have for today. I really hope you guys try out this recipe. If you do, please upload a video or a picture to Instagram and tag me in it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an awesome day.